we simplify proper fraction, we get what? A decimal fraction. The reason is because a proper fraction has its numerator smaller than the denominator. However, now dividing such will lead to a decimal fraction, which is a number with a decimal point. Now we have example on the board. Simplify 1 over 2 to decimal fraction using long division if we are not what? Using calculator. Without the use of calculator, we can simply simplify this by the use of long division. Now, solution. Using long division, the first thing you do is to draw out this box. Can you see the box in form of Z? Now, the number you are to divide will be inside 1. 1 is to divide 2. 1 is to divide 2. So 1 will be inside, 2 will be outside. Now, how do you divide 1 over 2? Can 1 divide 2? No, because if you count 1, you cannot remove 2 from 1. So it is impossible for 1 to divide 2. That brings us to adding 0 in front of 1, making 1 10. Now, because we are adding 0 to 1, at the top we add 0 points. We add what? 0 points. Then 10 divided by 2. Of course, 10 can divide 2. And 10 divided by 2 is simply 5. So we'll place our 5 at the top. The next thing we do, we multiply 5 times 2. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. Having gotten our 10, we now subtract both answers, which will give us 0, 0. Now, at this junction, we are left with what? Zeros. So, our final answer of 1 divided by 2 is 0.5 using long division. Convert 3 over 4 to decimal fraction. Now, the first thing to do is to what? Is to draw your box in form of Z. Now, the 3, which is the numerator, will be inside, and the 4, the denominator, will be outside. Now, 3 divided by 4. Of course, 3 cannot divide 4, because if you count 3, you can't get a 4 out of 3. Hence, we add 0 to 3. And at the top, we put 0 point. Now, 30 divided by 4. 30 divided by 4 is 7. So we place our 7, which is 7 whole times, 7 complete times. Now, we place our 7 at the top. Now, 7 times 4. 7 times 4 gives us 28. We place our 28 here. Now, having multiplied 7 times 4, which is 28, we subtract. Now, 0 minus 8 is impossible. We add 1, which is 10 minus 8 gives us 2. And 2 minus 2 gives us 0. We are left with 2 over 4, which means we are still going to simplify further. 2 divided by 4, it is impossible. We add 0 in front of the 2. At this junction, we are not going to be adding a point in front of the 7 because we already have our decimal point here. So what do we do next? We divide 20 by 4, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. You put your 5 at the top. Now 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. Then we subtract. 0 minus 0, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. We've come to what? 0, 0 ending, which now gives us 3 over 4 to be equal to 0.75.